Hey guys, I hope you're all doing well. I'm making a video today to do some channeling for this September new moon. It's coming up on the 9th. And I've noticed that September feels a little bit more like the dust is settling more, a little bit more relaxing, but in the process of processing the energies from August and now here we are in September, I've been noticing this feeling of patience and acceptance with the process of living itself. And when life feels like it's winding up or putting us in a bind, and now we're really looking at the bigger picture of things with new eyes, it can be overwhelming and it can be stressful. It can create reactions in people in different ways, and now we have to process their reactions, and it creates stress, and it feels like too many things are falling on our heads all at one time, but it's actually it's perfect just as it is. You know, the universe gives us time to breathe. Sometimes it feels like we just got hit by a tidal wave, but stay strong in there, stay grounded. You're going to get that time to breathe. And in this time to breathe for me, which I will say things are relaxing and calming down more, I feel more integrated in into whatever this is that I'm moving into next. I can't plan for the future. I literally cannot plan for the future anymore. I want to live in a world where I actually can have an idea of what's going to happen in the next year or 2 years or 10 years. But I've stopped trying. I've totally stopped trying. I just live day by day, and wherever the ocean tides of the universe or my inner self, my higher self, or whatever the movement is, I just go with the flow and try to make the best of it as I go with it, right? Well, there's something about this breathable air I'm experiencing that is allowing me to really appreciate life as not something that just bam happens and it's the beauty that happens all instantaneous, and it's the hug that lasts forever, and it's the dream we always wanted to come true. Life really is a work in progress, constantly a work in progress. And the more that you can come to peace with that reality, that I am a work in progress, that I am a work in progress today, I will be a work in progress tomorrow, and that dream that I want to happen today is actually happening right now as I continue to develop this work in progress that I'm developing towards the manifestation of the things that I want. And the things that I want are going to fall into my life, are going to enter into my life as they are meant to. And sometimes we want that thing to happen already. We've been waiting and waiting, and we've been pursuing and trying new things, and it should have happened by now, and I feel like it's never going to happen, or what am I doing wrong? Really, you're in the right place at the right time. Come into that grounded sensation. Love the fact that life is the work in progress experience, and there's surprises along the way. There's time to breathe, there's surprises along the way, and the work in progress, sometimes it gets very uncomfortable, and none of us like uncomfortable moments. Nobody on the planet likes uncomfortable moments, and uncomfortable moments happen for people at the top of the food chain and at the bottom of the food chain, and in the middle of the food chain. It happens for everybody. So when we can start looking beyond just the individual version, it's just my life, but start to see that everybody's life is like this. Everybody's life is, we're starting to become a collective here, not an individual person, but a collective people. And we're all coming into uncomfortable zones. We're all works in progress. And just keep staying grounded and doing the best that you can, and keep pursuing your dreams, right? As best as you can pursue those. There's something about the energy right now. It feels more relaxed. It feels more stabilized. It feels more breathable. It feels like we could catch up with whatever the experiences that we had in April, or in August, and even in July moving into August. There's something about all that energy, all of that energy that was rumbling through those last, 6 weeks of time. It just, wow. All these realizations, all these new directions, all these self-awareness moments. And it's time to appreciate those awareness moments. Because if the energy wouldn't have shifted, we wouldn't be able to look at the bigger picture with new eyes. We have to have the energy shift. If the energy doesn't shift in these ways, we're just going to be a continual flat stream, and it's never going to be movement. There's never going to be development. There's never going to be shifting and changing. And that's the way the world is right now. We're all shifting and changing. We're all growing, and we're not like, we're like the mountains that develop, the peaks, and then they come back down to the ground again, but we're moving way faster than that. We're just cycling way faster. We're like in the recycle moment every single day. New. And sometimes it's easy and sometimes it's hard. Just stay grounded, okay? Just stay as grounded as you can. Step back if you need to. Literally take a step back from life if you need to. The problem does not need to be solved overnight. It just does not need to be solved even next week. You'd be amazed at how many experiences in life do not have to be figured out like that. They could even take 6 months. They could even take a year or 2 years. And appreciate all the moments in between that time span. And don't put a date on it, okay? Don't put a date on anything. Just allow it to process as it's meant to. Step back from the emotional attachments, from thinking too hard, from being too hard on yourself even, from those types of human behaviors that we can get mixed up in when life gets kind of clunky, and confusing, and what the heck just happened. Just relax, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and connect with my higher self. And we'll see what my higher self has to share for the new moon of September. So I'm just allowing my energy field to just bring it on down here. I'm just sending a lot of energy down through my feet into the earth. It does not hurt the earth to put any type of energy vibes that no longer serve your purpose. It does not hurt the earth to push that into the planet. The planet actually does digest negative energy and turns it into positive energy. That's what Mother Earth does. And she's so happy to do it for us, okay? And I'm going to scooch in a little bit closer. Okay. It's already feeling a little emotional, and I haven't quite connected fully yet. It feels like I've done something wrong. And that feeling is spread out, literally like put the spread of the butter on the toast, but it's like spreading out before me, okay? So I have this feeling as though I've done something wrong, and I feel sad inside. And I see that there's a spread, it is being spread out before me, and it's all black. I see all black spread out before me, and I don't even want to cross this line, and I don't know how to cross the line from what I felt was a more beautiful place. Maybe I wanted it to look this good, but I wasn't being honest with myself. I don't know why. I'm basically looking at a human being who, there's palm trees, there's some sort of a lighter blue color that I'm standing on. It seems like I had access to some things of some nice things, and now there's a dark line here and this spread out darker world, and I feel like I'm crossing a line into a darker world, and I really want to hold on to whatever this is behind me. I want to hold on to what I had. So I'm looking at a human being in this place, okay? And the thing is, the universe, my spirit guides, higher self are saying, but you have to be different. You have to keep changing. You have to keep discovering yourself. So anything that you had up until this point is an illusion, because we don't have anything. We actually only have all that we are, which is inside of ourselves. We have our souls. So the illusion of material objects that we want to take with us in order to give us a more peaceful life, this is all illusion. This is all illusionary stuff. We don't actually have anything. We have the love inside of ourselves, or we have the memories where we weren't honest with ourselves or other people, or we have the fears, or we have the confusing moments. We have that inside of ourselves. But anything that we actually possess, we don't actually possess it. It's the idea. It's the illusion of having things. We all want to have things in order to create a comfortable life. But there's something about not having that comfort that actually makes you a better person. And the feeling that I was developing inside myself right now, crossing the line into this dark spread of a reality, is very scared. I feel very nervous. I don't know what this is going to look like, and the only way I could define what it looks like is bad. It does not look good, and it feels uncomfortable, and I just seriously do not want to cross this line, and I won't do it. I won't do it unless I'm forced to. I'm like becoming a very stubborn mule right now. The thing is, the more you resist, the more you hold back from the movement forward. You are more connected to the illusion than ever before. Because you are moving. Whether you want to or not, you are moving into that space. Whether you want to or not, whether you hold on tight to what was as much as you can, it's an illusion, because you can stay in that world, but you're still moving forward. You're always going to still be in the transformation. The transformation to humanity is we're moving forward in life. And to humanity, if I can just hold on to what I have for a little bit longer, that's preventing myself from moving forward. And I just don't want to let go of this. But that's an illusion. You always are moving forward. You always are transforming. Even in the process of holding on to everything, they're showing me that this person just is refusing to cross the line. But the reality is they've already crossed it. So they can play that dream world, they can play that all as long as they want to, but the harsh reality is going to get harsher. It's what they are fearing within themselves is what is on the other side of this line. And the sooner that you can embrace what you are afraid of within yourself, the sooner that what is on the other side of the line becomes a paradise with you in it. Don't resist, embrace, okay? Embrace the transformation. Okay, this person is really refusing to cross the line. This human being here. This story here is a message for the collective, right? So even if maybe you relate to parts of this, maybe you don't relate, maybe you know somebody like this, this is the message. This is the story that we need to take a look at for this September new moon, okay? So we're just going to continue to watch this human being here, which is a reflection of us all. My higher self says, but this is a reflection of us all. How many people, raise your hand, can feel afraid sometimes and can feel burdened by what feels like a forced transformation? How many of us can feel that way? How many of us want to hold on to the things that bring comfort into our lives? That's natural. That's so natural. Whether that is a house that you've lived in for a long time, maybe something happened with your job and now you're realizing that you have to move out and you just don't want to let go. Maybe, I don't know what it is, but they show me lots of belongings and having to move on. Whether those, I don't know, is it relationships are shifting? The family dynamics are changing? Jobs and where we are located, where we are living, and things, we're moving across the chessboard here of life. We're all moving across the chessboard, and we're all being asked to transform with that movement, and we can resist it or we can embrace it as much as we want to. It's much easier to embrace it. It's going to be a lot harder to resist it, and it's going to hurt a lot more inside, even if it feels like, you know, it's kind of like you get a cut or you hurt something and you just like clench up from it. You know, it's like oh yeah, you know, you kind of clench up. It's kind of like childbirth, you know. It's like, don't clench. You're supposed to like open up and breathe. But any woman who's had a baby, it's like, but I just want to clench because it hurts so bad. Like you're supposed to breathe, you know? So when things hurt really bad, we clench, you know? That we're supposed to just let the laboring happen. Open up, breathe, and let that baby come out. Is let that life change happen. And don't be afraid. Don't resist. Just appreciate the process that is transforming you into a more golden light of love and healing, self-awareness, all of that. Okay? We're all in this together. Whether you're spiritually open-minded or people who aren't spiritually open-minded, we're all going through this type of stuff right now. Okay, so this human is still refusing to cross the line. It's starting to remind me of societal change, you know? Like why can't we just have green energy already? Like, why do we still have to support gas stations? And, you know, like, why can't we transition into solar panels and electric cars? And why are we still holding on to the society that is destroying us? Because we all know we want a society that is empowering us. And so there's still what is, I can't do it yet. Some parts of the collective just are holding on to everything that they possess. Quote unquote, because you can't possess anything. It's an illusion. And you can feel possessed and you can feel like you possess things. But that's part of the illusion. Because truly we are all free. And the only things that we really have is the love of all and our fears, if we choose to have those too. And, you know, we can decide what we want to have or not have, but truly the only thing that is real is love. And fear feels pretty darn real sometimes, but fear is part of the illusion, and that's what we work through, okay? So, what am I supposed to do? I tell my higher self, what am I supposed to do? This human being is clenching, they're refusing, they're stubborn, more stubborn than any mule. I mean, it feels like they're becoming a heavy, heavy weight, and like an army couldn't budge them. That's what this is becoming. So it's becoming over the top. It's becoming ridiculous. It's becoming really, really ridiculous. So what do we do? I don't know what I'm supposed to do right now. I'm really trying to encourage this one to know it's okay. It's okay to embrace change. It's okay. Gosh, the heart actually drops into the emotional gut, and then the gut starts to just heave out emotions through the eyes. So it's interesting because we can move our energy bodies around and intertwine them into other places. So we can put our heart in our heads if we want to. You know, we can put our heart in our emotional guts. We can do that. That's not the healthy balance, but we can move our energy bodies to different places. So the heart is sinking into the gut. I'm sure you've had moments in life like this where you feel your heart drop, and now it's in the emotional gut and you just are starting to bawl your eyes out. Like this one is just crying rivers and rivers of tears. This one feels alone. I'm going to help this one. And I put my hand on their shoulder and I give them a Kleenex and I say it's okay to cry and it's okay to feel loss. And perhaps you need to feel loss first. Perhaps you crossing the line of the spread is what is actually taking place right now by crying and feeling loss. So you have crossed the line, you are transforming, and the first part of your process is to cry. And just go ahead and cry, because it's hard. I mean, it is hard, and don't, you know, we can all be mannequin people if we want to, best face forward if we want to, but But sometimes we need to break down a little bit and we need to cry to become strong again, to become stronger, okay? So I'm telling this one, which if you're going through anything like this, it's okay to cry, okay? I've been doing it too. Like I've had moments where I'm having self-realizations and I need to cry too sometimes. So it's okay to just bawl your eyes out. It's okay even to yell at the universe. It is okay. Your spirit guides know you more better than you know yourself. So if you want to yell at them, if you want to curse at them, blame them, they're like, we get it. Just get it out. Just vent. You're venting right now. We're not going to be offended. And just vent. Vent however you need to vent. Speak to us. Tell us you hate our guts. Whatever you need to do, just vent, vent, vent. Get that vent going. Go on and vent. So it's not going to hurt their feelings. They're not going to be, like, well, I'm never going to help you again. They're actually, they love you so much. That is good for them. They want you to express yourself. So if you need to vent, if you need to yell at your spirit guides, if you need to say, why are you doing this to me? Or why is this happening to me? How come you're not helping me? I'm telling you, your spirit guides are totally helping you. It's your time now to vent. And that is how they're helping you then to get to the next thing. It's a stepping stone. Venting is a stepping stone. So, okay, so this one is venting into exhaustion, actually. Venting so much, crying and venting, they're laying down and they feel weak and helpless. And they still want to hold on to their what was experience, the things that they had. And they don't want to know what it is like to go without those things. And they're begging the universe to please help them. And when they say, help me, universe, they're saying, help me keep what I had. Help me still be the same person I was, yesterday or last year, whatever it is. Help me to not learn anything new. Help me to not go through this transformation. Prevent the transformation from happening. Stop everything. I'm just going to stay right here and not do anything new, not become anything new. So they're like, help me. Why are you helping me? The universe is saying, you have to let go. You have to let go, and I can help you let go. So what you need to ask for is not help me stay the same, it's help me through this transformation. And the universe is ready and willing to help you through the transformation, okay? Okay, so this one is kind of saying it, kind of not, but it's almost like they're lying down on a bed of needles and or like cactus pokes on their backside. And it feels like they're very uncomfortable. They're very, very uncomfortable. And maybe it's hard to sleep at night. Maybe it feels life feels like there's a cactus stuck to my back. So we're trying to make sense of this image. There's literally like a spiky ground that this person is lying down on. And it reminds me of a cactus stuck on a person's back. It makes me think of that. And they feel helpless. They are in pain right now. Because self-realization can be difficult and painful sometimes, and that is what you need help, is acceptance of change and help through the change. Okay, so a being of love comes, and this being of love is actually helping this one clear their mind of what they once had or what was, sort of thing. All these pictures of like palm trees, it just seems like it was cozy. Okay, let's define it as what was cozy. And now they're on a cactus, stuck to the back experience, and they're bawling their eyes out. And so this version of love comes down as sort of a male emanation. He kind of has a Greek mythology style, maybe Roman. He's wearing sandals and a little kind of a white toga type with it's short. You can see his muscular tan legs. He has kind of curly short hair. And he's coming down to talk to this one. And he bends down to their level. And he picks them up. He disappears. Everything's evaporated as to what was. Has evaporated, and he picks this one up. Is actually holding holding them in his arms and carrying them across the line into the dark spread. Actually carrying them across the line, and smiles and says you are loved, and holds them much like a baby and dries the tears from the eyes and says you are loved, and please do not be afraid of what comes next. Do not be afraid. And he disappears, and this one is in the mud, and their face is covered in mud, and their clothes are covered in mud, and they feel like muddy on the inside too. They keep showing me an image of a pig in the mud, wallowing in the mud, and then it flicks back to this person covered in mud. And they're ashamed, they're embarrassed, they don't want people to see them like this. And they kind of want to hide in the mud now. It almost gives them a disguise or a camouflage. And they aren't choosing to see what is beneath the surface of the mud. There's actually something beautiful hidden here, but they are so distraught. They're in so much defined. I am in pain. The universe did this to me. The universe took away my cozy life. The universe. They feel that now that they've crossed this line here, that it's as bad as the way that they feel inside. But it's actually not. It's actually a better paradise than the one that they were in before. They just aren't ready to see that yet. They just aren't ready to see that yet. And my higher self is showing me that this actual planet, there's like bing, 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 all these lit up people across the globe that are going through an experience just like this one. And they're struggling to transition into something new, into a new experience. And it might take these ones a little bit longer. So let's be patient with them. They have to process their own stuff. But some of us too, who are embracers of the change, we resist too, but we also take a deep breath at some point and say, all right, I gotta stop resisting. I gotta just accept that things are the way they are right now. All right, show me the next thing, universe. What do I do next? I'm choosing to accept it. Now show me the next thing. But there's people who will blame the universe, who will blame the world, who will blame. But really it's themselves. It's really what's inside themselves. And then when things change and look muddy, they want it to be muddy for everybody with them and around them. And they don't want to see it as a beautiful paradise because they haven't fully accepted or integrated into the change or the transformation. I asked my higher self, why is this the message for humanity today? Why are you wanting to show this image here? My higher self smiles. And she says, these people, this human being here is a reflection of our brothers, our sisters, our moms and dads, the people at work, our bosses, people that are running the countries across the globe. They're reflections of people all over the globe. And they're going to be people we know and people we don't know. But these people are part of our world, and this is part of how they're going through the changes right now. And it's important that you are aware of that. And my higher self reminds you who is watching, how are you going to process the transformations in your life? Are you going to hold on to what was and live in the past for as long as you possibly can? Or are you going to take a nice deep breath and say, you know what? I'm going to own this one. And I'm going to say, universe, thank you. Thank you. This is a hard test here. This is a pretty tough test here. And I'm scared. I'll admit, I'm scared. And I don't know what's going to happen next. But you know what? I'm going to let life be a journey, and I'm going to let this boat sail me to new places where I'm needed most, where I can, where my soul needs the most transformation. Whatever it is, universe, I'm going to say thank you. I'm going to bow before you in gratitude for the learning experiences, and I'm going to welcome you to show me the next thing. I'm choosing to transform. Wow. When you do that, the heart portal starts to glow. It doesn't sink into the emotional gut. It calms down the senses. It creates even a Zen vibe, a Buddhist style vibe, a vibe of the spiritual type, away from the human mudslinging reality that we can live in sometimes. But it brings us into that purified garden of love and acceptance of all things, no matter what. And we start to, my higher self shows me that for those of us who are able to do this, if we're able to do this, we start to actually lift upward and raise our vibration. We start to lift upward, and anything that appears to be muddy, we just levitate over it. We can wallow in the mud all day long. We can be like pigs wallowing in the mud if we want to. We can get dirty with these experiences if we want to get dirty. We can sling mud at other people if we want to sling mud. We can blame other people, or we can say, you know what, I'm going to accept this one and let the universe lift you above it, and let the universe help you levitate through it. So you don't have to get muddy, and you don't have to be pulled into the mud, and you can actually enjoy the experience of transformation instead of feel destroyed by it, okay? Because transformation is the breakdown, right? It's breaking us down and remolding and shaping us. Breakdowns can be painful things, but it's just like childbirth can be a very painful thing. Or if we allow ourselves to just kind of breathe through it, open up, accept the experience, allow it to take place, there's something about how we work through the energetic experience of transformation. It can hurt, or it can feel like a blessing. And we can persevere through it and find out that it was more of a miracle than a hindrance, that it was a gift instead of a, you know, like an evil moment of annihilation. So that's what my higher self is saying about that. My higher self is showing me a new picture, and she shows me the planet Earth, and she draws a line all the way across the center. You could say it as an equator, but it would be like North Pole to South Pole. So there's the line, and half of the planet is covered in mud, and half of the planet is glowing with like gorgeous, healthy energies, happiness, purification. This side is just very muddy. She says, she's asking a question, what if half of the population chooses the mud, and the other half of the population chooses purification? Now, what if we blend the muddy people with the purified people together? What happens now? What happens now? We have clean and muddy people that want to make clean people as muddy as they are. And what are you going to do about it? Are you going to throw mud back and become as muddy as they are? Or are you going to stay clean and purified no matter how much mud gets slung onto you, and just say, you can't hurt me with your pain. Your pain can't touch me because I am love and you are afraid. But what I can do is walk into your world and give you a hug, and I can help you let go of that mud and help you to see how truly radiant and beautiful you are when you choose to let go, when you choose to center yourself, when you choose to get honest with yourself. My higher self shows me the world is intermixed, and there's muddy people and clean people all over the place. And it's interesting because it's sort of like, well, what's your definition of muddy and clean? I mean, realistically. But she just wants to show it like this, you know. Even clean people got dirt, you know. And even muddy people have their cleaner sides, you know. But she's showing it to me like this for us to look at it for a reason. So she's showing me time is speeding up, and we're looking at the future, looking back into the past. And we see a lot of what it looks like tired people. But there's a lot of people actually trying to help others clean the mud off. And we're slowing down. We're not, it looks like we are slowing down, and we're picking up each piece of trash one piece at a time. and we are cleaning up one person at a time. And some of these purified, cleaner versions are actually integrating together and creating really clean communities. And the longing for cleanliness in all its forms is becoming the attractive bandwagon thing to do. Jumping on the wagon of a purified, clean, and healthy community. And people are wanting more and more and more of that experience. And the gateways for those experiences are open, and they're not pushing people away. And all of the individuals in this community are on call or are there to help anybody who needs that help. And the world is different. The world feels different. The way we are working together feels different. My higher self says, what if in 30 years we're still cleaning up the mess? She says messes take time to clean. You can have a really messy house of a hoarder. It's not going to happen like that. It's not going to happen like that. You can't just magically make the mess go away. And you can't sweep it under the rug. It has to be looked at. It has to be faced. It has to be acknowledged. And now that hoarder house mess is is in all the individuals. Every individual here has our own version of the hoarder house mess that we have to individually work on. And we have to look at it, and we have to face it, and we have to clean it up. And the more that we clean it up, the more that we face it, the brighter we become, and we start to understand what to do next to create a world that is a healthier balance of love. Not the illusion, but a world of love. Okay, everything feels very relaxed right now. Okay. So I'm just returning to my body here. There's disconnecting from the message and just returning to my body here. Feeling more relaxed right now. More like myself. All right. I want to thank you guys for watching this video and for making it all the way to the end. That's really awesome of you to watch it from beginning to end. I hope you found this message valuable. I hope it gives you some perspective. And if any of you would like to connect one-on-one for a psychic session, I would absolutely love to do energy work for you or share wisdom to help you in your life. Please visit me at my website at abbeynormalswisdomquest.com. So thank you all again for watching, and I wish you all a wonderful day.